Hey, I'm Mia, and if you're watching this, you must be considering joining one of Caroline's masterminds in 2026. If you are, I'll see you in there. I have been in Caroline's masterminds for 2 years running, and the decision to join her for another year was the easiest decision I've ever had to make. It was a complete no-brainer for me. Um, Before I was starting to work with Caroline, I was doing okay. I'd been coaching and running businesses for a while, but I was very scattered and unfocused with what I was doing. I am a little bit prone to getting distracted by lots of shiny objects and a million ideas a day. And I had invested in a number of other programs that promise great things. If you just follow this funnel, you'll get a 10K month and all this stuff. And obviously, those things didn't work and they didn't feel good. And I was really, really looking for something that helped me understand what was going to work and how to do those things that really work whilst remaining true to the person that I am and to my values. And I'm very lucky that someone recommended Caroline to me, and I really haven't looked back since. What's really shifted for me over the 2 years is that I now have complete clarity on what I need to do, on what works, on being consistent, uh, on keeping motivated. I can make decisions without second guessing myself because I know what I'm trying to do. Um, I've taken some practical, very big steps forward over the last few years. I've got a bunch of clients. Um, and last year was a bit different for me because I had all these grand plans, and then a lot of big, big life stuff happened in this last year. And so it turned out to be a very different year in my business than I expected. I wasn't able for a number of months to spend much time on my business at all. And I think without being in the mastermind, I actually would have lost the business and just given up entirely. And I'm very, very, very grateful to both Caroline and all the people in my group uh, because their support enabled me just to keep going, even at a much lower level than I was expecting. And I've now kind of come to the end of the year in a much better position. And I'm very excited about, well, the program's called Rise, isn't it? And that's how I feel at the minute as well. I'm going into Rise, and that is exactly what I feel is going to happen next year. So I'm super excited to do that. Um, you might be wondering what it feels like to be in the group calls. And I would say to you that they are the absolute highlight of my month. I always look forward to them. It's kind of like, when you kind of get a cup of tea and sit in your favorite armchair and you're just like, ah, oh, that's what the group feels like to me. I love the structure of it. We have bits of Caroline will teach us things sometimes. Sometimes she'll be coaching individuals. And of course, you get a lot out of it when she's coaching you, but you get a huge amount out of her coaching other people as well. She creates a lot of brilliant exercises that help us to reflect and plan and take action on what we're doing. Sometimes we actually do the work in the call, which I absolutely love. When you get to the end of the call and you've got something tangible in your hands that you didn't have at the start of the call. So all of that is brilliant, and it's brilliant to be in a group of other people who are at the same stage of business as yourself. You get so much from that group. But one thing that is kind of intangible but so valuable is that it feels so safe, as in I can turn up to the group, and if I'm having a really horrible time, or I've made a mistake, or I feel rubbish and really demotivated for some reason, I can come and just be myself and say, this is what's going on. And I will be supported and lifted up in that group. And it's so, I don't know, it's kind of rare in your life to have those spaces where you can just be yourself. And that I find that incredibly valuable. Um, I am very excited to be joining Rise this year. The mastermind, Caroline is changing a little bit how she is running the masterminds this year, and it makes so much sense. The changes she's making are just like, oh yeah, of course, that is just going to be amazing. So I feel really lucky and grateful that I have been doing the mastermind for the last 2 years. But I'm super excited for the changes that are coming. I'm super excited for the clearing. That's going to be so helpful. And yeah, I really hope to see you in there. You will not regret it, I promise you.